So what is up, everyone? Today is Thursday, January 22nd. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So I'm coming into the session with a bullish bias. I feel like we're just moving in bullish order flow. The only thing I don't like is we filled in like all of this new week opening gap. Like honestly, like I would have liked if, let's say, we filled in like half the new week opening gap and I could take a continuation filling in the rest of it. But we filled in like all of it already. So I gotta pay attention. Like, let's say if at market open we just keep dumping, like at some point I gotta flip bias. But like, honestly, I could see us coming down to like London low, maybe even reacting off that. We could just sweep this like internal low I have marked over here, maybe. I wonder what happened at 7 a.m. I feel like those are some big candles for 7 a.m. Oh, and so there is news at 10 a.m. Is there? There's the core PCE price index at 10 a.m. So what's good, Tim? What's good? How are you, bro? So what's the bias for today? Honestly, right now I'm bullish. I feel like we had a pretty expansive move like overnight. Honestly, I feel like I want to see it follow through. But the only thing is, though, we did fill in all of this new week opening gap, but overall I'm bullish. There's like so many 15-minute gaps down here. I wonder if... So I'll draw out this range as a whole. I low-key want to see us come to 50% of this range, like equilibrium. I feel like that's a good area we could react off of, honestly. An EQ just range just means like equilibrium, which is like 50%. So like below that is discount, above its premium, but I guess they're pretty decorrelated right now because NQ at the open is going down and ES is moving up. So they are putting in like an S&T at the highs right now. You know, honestly, even if we move up and invert this 1 minute, I feel like ES is just too bullish. I feel like ES is too ahead. I really wouldn't take this 1 minute long. You know, I feel like these bots on Kick, I feel like they must know what time I start my stream. I feel like they're always here right when I start my stream saying pay for viewers. You said would love to see NQ sweep the 7 a.m. low. Honestly, that's what, yeah, I want to see that too. And if we leave like an SMT down there because ES wouldn't have swept it, that would be nice. You said then we might have some banger longs. Yeah, exactly. I already have that marked out, the unfilled 4 hour above. That's gonna be my first target, the unfilled 4 hour above. I'm hoping we can give some bearish gap down though so I can take an inverse off of it. He said, let's get it, my guy. What's up, Dylan? How are you, bro? We're getting pretty close to this low over here. You said new to your channel. Good morning. Appreciate you stopping by. Good morning. How are you mastering me 2025? So we took out this low over here. So honestly, I'm looking to take a long off of this. So I want us to open up like a bearish gap and invert off of it. Ooh, we even tapped into, so now we've even tapped into this 15-minute gap down here. You said there's a bearish gap on the 1 minute. I mean, yeah, but like there's like a 1 minute gap up here. I didn't like that one too much. I'm hoping that we can open up like a 1 minute somewhere over here. I'm hoping. Because we're opening up a 30-second now. So I gotta be careful, because the thing is, honestly, if this 30-second shoots up, I gotta take this long. 46 contracts. So it hasn't inverted just yet, but honestly, if we shoot up and invert this 30-second, I'm gonna try this long. But I need confirmation first, but... So we're probably opening up a 1 minute now, if I had to guess. No, I still have 30 seconds. So like, I always pay attention to what is the highest time frame gap in the current leg. And I guess the thing is, if this candle wants to shoot up and invert that, we're not going to open up 1 minute. You know, I wish, honestly, I feel like that would have been a good long if we shot up and close to that gap. You said good, watched a few of your videos, love how simple and straightforward your presentations are. Appreciate that. Yeah, so now this 1 minute is currently the highest time frame gap in this leg. And we're probably going to open up a 2 minute in a minute, though. Honestly, I'm probably not going to get this long entry. Unless I jinxed it. Did I jinx it? 40-point stop is 6 contracts on NQ. I just got to double check though. I mean, because the thing is, we might open up a... No, there's no 3 minute. I want to see a really strong close on... Okay, yeah, I'm going to try this if we close here. So, okay. Okay, so I'm in there. I'm going to show my executions in 1 second. I'm going to go break even when either NQ or ES... Honestly, is this the... Do I want to go break even here? Yeah, I probably want to go break even there. I'm just kind of mentally preparing what my break-even point is, but I'll show my executions. I really like the reaction though. Like, that was a really strong close there. I should go to the 1 minute. I'm trying to think. For my take profit, where's 930? This is the 930 wick up here. I'd target something like that, honestly. And then my break-even point would be like up here. We have not opened up a 4 minute or a 3 minute. Yeah, so until we tap into like that where I have marked out my break-even point, I can't go break-even. Oh, but ES took the high, actually. I lied. So I want to be break-even here. Because ES took the high. Because ES is just like the leading pair. I don't want to see that SMT hold, so I'm going break-even kind of early here. I'm hoping for it to just flush all the way up. So my take profit is going to be this 930 wick. I might just get stopped to break-even here, though. Yeah, I got stopped to break-even. And the thing is, like, this setup, like, it could play out. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, like, you guys can't see ES. Like, if you look at on my right side of my screen, the S&P 500... Like, we took out this high up here. And I always go break even when either NQ or ES takes that internal high. So, like, I mean, this could just be something to stop raid me and continue my way. But, like, I'm kind of not willing to take the risk. You can see ES is in the sky. It's honestly whatever. I mean, it was worth a shot. So, I mean, at this point, we do have this 5-minute gap over here. I'm not going to lie. Maybe if I saw the unfilled 5-minute gap, I might have held. But I feel like that's hindsight. He said, morning, y'all. What's up, MCO2? How are you? You said I went long. That's not a bad trade, honestly. Damn, ES is so much stronger. You said always strange when ES and NQ don't move the same. Yeah, that's what's sussing me out about this. Like, ES is moving so much stronger than NQ. You said, great, yes sir is my biggest win yet. Love to hear it. Yeah, Gus said, Timmy, what's up, Gus? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been, bro? You said I'm still in it. I guess that trade I took earlier. I mean, honestly, that's not the worst, because there's an unfilled 5-minute gap above that we still haven't tapped into yet. So I feel like the unfilled 5-minute could be a good draw. I'm trying to think, is there a 30-second inversion I can take here? Because there's an unfilled 5-minute gap above. No, there's no 30-second. You said, is this consolidation right now? A little bit, yeah. I wouldn't say it's crazy consolidation, but a little bit. It's definitely not trending at this moment in time. I low-key, me personally, I want to see this dump, maybe re-sweep this low down here, and then I want to see an inverse off that, honestly. Because I feel like right now, NQ is just not getting the follow-through it really should. Then we could leave behind this unfilled 5-minute gap up here, potentially. Feels like we're definitely more bearish. Yeah, so we just swept out that low. Definitely, I think it was a good decision. I went break even there. I mean, it saved me from taking a loss. So we almost perfectly tapped into. I have EQ the range, equilibrium of the range. So honestly, if we start reacting off equilibrium of the range, I'm gonna take a long because like the idea is still intact. I even said before I literally wanted to see a resweep of that. Come on, can you open up a gap for me? With 5 seconds. So we open up this 30-second gap. If we close through this 30-second gap, I'm going to take a long. I really want to see this play out. What, was this like 5 cons? If we invert this 30-second, I'm definitely trying this. That's like barely a close through. I'm going to try it. Gotta put my stop loss. I'm low-key under risk. I'm going to add one more. Okay, that's better. I try to double check, right? There's no 1-minute gap here. Oh, we might open up a 2-minute if we don't move up quickly. Maybe I should have waited for the 2-minute to open up. I just feel like I saw a good displacement on that 30-second. Hopefully, is this 2-minute not going to open up? We have a minute. I'm pretty much hoping the price moves up in the next minute. Show my executions though. Damn, maybe I should have waited for that 2-minute gap. It's whatever. Honestly, if I'm already in the position though, I'll kind of let it play out. But we're going to open up this little 2-minute gap up here maybe. I'm trying to think, where am I going to target? Isn't there an unfilled 5-minute gap above? Yeah, there's an unfilled 5. I'm going to target this unfilled 5-minute gap. So, ooh, I got lucky. I got really lucky. So we didn't open up that 2-minute gap. So even though it's not looking good right now, at least technically, my like entry criteria is still valid, if that makes sense. You said 30 seconds scares me. I don't blame you, honestly. The 30-second can be kind of noisy. And this trade might fail, honestly. So we pretty much need to start wicking up like right now. Honestly, I feel like even if this loses, I'd say this isn't the worst trade. Like, we have an unfilled 5-minute gap above. Damn, this thing's about to lose, isn't it? Like, we have an unfilled 5-minute gap above. But I feel like we're moving in bullish order flow. You said we did open small 2-minute. I guess maybe oh, yeah, it stopped out. Damn, RIP my Top Step accounts. Damn. Oh, and you're right. There is a small 2-minute. You said, just wondering, you trade IFVG, but you don't use an FVG indicator. Wouldn't this make your life so much easier? Nah, I mean, I can look at candles and I can see the gap with my own eyes. I don't need something to help me with that. If anything, it'd probably confuse me because there'd be gaps all over my screen. Damn. I mean, we inverted. It's whatever. I mean, that was an acceptable loss. So honestly, these Top Step accounts, I'm not gonna keep trading them for now at least, because I only have a $300 balance across all 5 accounts. So I pretty much lost like, well, I'm down like 1,500, 1,600 in the past 2 weeks. I pretty much blew like my whole drawdown. So I'm pretty much gonna wait for CPI to full port them. So I have I'll just move on to my Alpha Futures accounts. You said just missed the 2-minute though. I mean, well, the thing is, I just looked on Project X, and on MNQ, I was trading on MNQ, and on MNQ, there's no 2-minute gap. Like, see over here, there is no 2-minute gap. You can see that, right? Like, this candle and this candle have no gap. You said we tapped into EQ. We tapped into EQ before. I was basing that trade off of us tapping into EQ. So it happens to the best. So I mean, yeah, trading is not something you can do without ever losing. The first trade is green. That's what's up. So obviously, like, I'll still take another trade today, but right now I feel like we're not forming good structure. We're just kind of dumping. You said, yeah, this red folder news at 10 a.m. Honestly, at this point, I'm probably not even taking a trade until 10 a.m. You said, as soon as you mentioned that S&T with the first long you took, I hoped into shorts and passed another eval. Been trading like poop, but I wanted to let you know I've been watching. Appreciate you, Ando. I'm glad you banked on an eval. You said not trying to catch a falling knife. Yeah. I feel like right now it's kind of like a falling knife. I'm hoping if 10 a.m. news comes out and we leave behind a data wick, I'd love to target that. That's probably the next thing I'm looking to do. You said the bottom maybe? I mean, it could be, but the thing is, I feel like with news coming out in like 8 minutes, like news could wick you out, if that makes sense. I don't want to hold through news. When news drops in exactly 8 minutes. You said, was London Open hit? Honestly, I don't look at London Open. I more look at like London lows. I mean, like London low wasn't hit. I guess London Open's probably somewhere around here. I don't think London Open was hit. You said, what news is it? So at 10 a.m., there's the core PCE price index. The main thing I was looking at for news, I just use something called Forex Factory. And you can filter it. It's like this green thing in the top right's the filter. So just change it to you're only looking at US dollar. Because if you're trading like Nasdaq, S&P 500, like you only want to pay attention to US dollar. And honestly, I unchecked the yellow folder news, but I leave the rest checked. Then I'll show you this. So like for example, tomorrow there's red folder news at 9:45 and there's orange folder news at 10 a.m. You said, I'm excited, need to slow down. I'd recommend that. I feel like when you get like overexcited in your trading, like it's usually never a good sign. You said you're not in a trade? No, not right now. I'm not looking to hold a trade through 10 a.m. either. Because 10 a.m. the news is going to come out. Right now, I'm just looking at... I feel like I'm reviewing that 30-second I took. I'm trying to think, how many points did we close through that gap? We like barely closed through it. I feel like the trades I'd be losing on are trades where we like barely closed the gap. The only thing is, I feel like I was a little more confident in a higher time frame, but you said, hi, Tim. Good morning. Good luck for today's session. How many hours do you usually trade? About 2 hours. You said because traders... Yeah, it's around 2 hours. I always start at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I go, like, if I can't find the trade by, like, 11:10, I usually call it around there. So I'll stay, like, a bit past 11. But, you know, honestly, if there wasn't news, I'd be taking a long right now. But yeah, I mean, some days I'll get stuck here until like 11, but some days I'll also take a trade really early on in the session. And I feel like if I take a win and it's like 10, like there's no point in me staying here for an extra hour. You said funny, the last 2 trading days, as soon as you left the market, dumped. Yeah, I saw that. I feel like as soon as I got off, the market started dumping. Okay, I feel like it's mostly because we tapped into that new week opening gap. And I'm not going to take this, but I feel like if there wasn't news and we closed this 4-minute strongly, I might have tried that, honestly, but... He said, bro, can you see my message? Now I can. I mean, were you sending something before I couldn't see? Are you talking on Discord maybe or something? You said day 1 was literally the second you closed stream. That's pretty funny. You said, yeah, bro, I was sending messages here on Twitch. That's weird. Did it give you a reason why they weren't sending? You said, I guess it didn't send. Yeah, honestly, I don't know if it's a me issue. I don't know if it's a Twitch issue. I don't know if it's a you issue. I wouldn't really know. So we have news in like, what, 3 minutes now? You said, what up, Tim and guys? What's up, Baka Kenu? How are you, bro? You said, bro, I took a long as well. Where you did, the IFVG wasn't that smooth. I just closed a small profit. Yeah, I guess stop to break even for that first one. And then I know you don't trade the 30-second. I took another 30-second long afterwards. And honestly, it wasn't even the cleanest either. Like, we like reswept that low off that first 1 minute. And we open up this 30-second. We like barely closed through it. And we actually ended up opening up a 2-minute. But I feel like at that moment in time, I was betting this 2-minute wouldn't open up. And like M and Q actually filled in the 2-minute. Like there wasn't a 2-minute gap on M and Q, but NQ did. Yeah, it's whatever. And we opened up like an unfilled 5-minute gap above. He said, yeah, let's wait for 10 a.m. open. That's exactly, yeah, I gotta wait for 10 a.m. open. 10 a.m. open could give me a good setup, I'm hoping. So what, the 4-hour? Honestly, it'd be nice if this new 4-hour candle can sweep out like London lows. Or maybe even, and this low over here. Why does this EQ tool look weird? Because I didn't draw it right. I guess I realized, someone said we didn't hit EQ. I guess I was wrong. I guess we actually didn't hit EQ before I drew my thing wrong. So now we've hit EQ though. You said any trade? I took 2 trades so far. The first one was this like 1-minute inverse. Was it this? I want to say it was this 1-minute inverse. Yeah, it was this 1-minute inverse right here. I was going to target this 930 high. I got stopped to break even on this one because ES put an SMT at the high. So I just moved stops to break even. Got stopped to break even. But I actually took a loss after that. So I tried another long right after. There was a 30-second long where we closed through this 30-second. And we did actually open up a 2-minute gap, which like MNQ didn't, which kind of threw me off, but I took a loss in this. There's like an unfilled 5-minute gap above as well. At this point, I'm waiting for 10 a.m. open though, because we're gonna have news in like 15 seconds. You said, bro, can I get the name of what you're trading on TradingView? I mean, it's just NQ, one exclamation point. So yes, that's 10 a.m. open. I mean, I hope we can leave behind a data high. Honestly, we're probably not going to, but I can always hope. So I'm looking to see like London low get swept in either NQ or ES. I mean, maybe even like this low down here, which is like a 4-hour gap. I forget. What's like a low inside of this gap? Honestly, if we like open up this 15-minute gap here and trade into it and give a reaction out of it, I honestly might try a short down at London lows. Only if I feel like if I get some good clear structure. Because right now, at least, I feel like we want to take at least London lows. Does London start at 2 a.m.? In New York Eastern Standard Time, it starts at 2 a.m. At least I'm pretty sure it's the way I mark it out. Yeah, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's the way I mark out London. I mean, I mark it out as 2 a.m. as the start. said London's 3 to 11:30. You know, I don't know why. I feel like the person that taught me always told me to mark London at 2 a.m. I don't know why he does that. So we make it a 15-minute inverse? I don't really take inverses off the Oh, you said pretty sure London pre? That's probably what I'm thinking of. The London pre-market was probably 2. You said yeah, Asia is definitely 1800. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I mark out Asia as 20, like 8 p.m. You said it's 3 because when I traded Forex, so there's a huge spike in volume. Yeah, I wonder if the pre-market is at 2. I don't know. I'll look into it after stream, honestly. So doesn't Forex and indices have different opening times? I mean, a little bit, but like for example, like the New York Stock Exchange opens at 9:30, but like you still can look at London session high and low and Asia session high and low on Nasdaq. Like just because the primary trading session is New York AM doesn't mean you can't mark out like London highs and lows. You said use an indicator for it. Is it the same indicator I use? You said check it after stream. Yeah, I got you. Honestly, I'm curious now too. But as of today's date, this is how I mark out my sessions. Like Asia's from 20 to midnight, well 20 to 00. London's from 2 to 5, and New York's from 9:30 to 11. Even though technically, I guess New York AM is probably from 9:30 to 12. But you should give a free eval. Whoever's right. I don't even know how to give away free evals, honestly. Because I know people be giving away evals, but I'm sure I probably got to contact Alpha about that. I don't know how that works. You said, yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, I like that indicator for session highs and session lows. Well, the one I'm using, I don't know if you guys saw, is called ICT Kill Zones and Pivots, in parentheses TFO. So there's what, like 4 minutes until we open up this 15-minute gap over here. I feel like this 15-minute gap's a good condition. We're like, honestly, if we trade up into it and give me a clear reaction out of it, like I know for like higher time frame we're bullish, but I feel like at this moment in time right now, I think we're going for London lows. I still gotta wait 4 minutes for this gap to open up. And we did leave behind. There's a data high up here. So the reason I'm looking at the 30-second right now is because I know we're going to open up an unfilled 15-minute gap in a couple minutes. There's also, at the exact same point we have this unfilled 15-minute gap, we also have a data high because we left behind a high, like when that high impact news release came out. So, I mean, if we can get an inverse going toward there, I might want to take it, but... You said, bro, why did I get cooked on my 3-minute IFVG? To my buy? Which 3-minute did you take? Oh, was it this? This is probably this 3-minute over here. You're talking this 3-minute? If you're wondering why that 3-minute failed, there was actually a really tiny ass 4-minute. You said, yeah, that one. So yeah, so I mean, I know it's kind of annoying, but like there's also a 4-minute gap, so the 4-minute ended up holding. He said, bro, why wouldn't you cook? I mean, I can see like we probably hit equilibrium of the range. Oh my god, yeah, it's a really tiny 4-minute. You said I lost 350 on my 2 funded. Sorry to hear that. You know, you can always come back stronger, though. Every loss is a lesson. You said I feel like all of us got cooked today. I mean, I'm still looking to take a second trade, but honestly, I've been getting cooked this whole month, honestly. But... I'm low-key hoping that we can open up like some 30-second gap here and give me an inverse off of it. Because honestly, I know we're bearish, but I might try this long only because there's an unfilled gap above. There's like this data high. I feel like if we get a good reaction going toward it, we might hit that. We'll see. You said, but would you say my bias is right? I mean, we were bullish the whole day. I mean, no, I get what you're saying. You said ES has still not filled a new week opening gap. I mean, yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from. And we also hit, like, equilibrium of the range we pulled back to. I mean, there's different ways people trade. Like, some people look for more confirmation than others. I feel like that trade in specific didn't have, like, a crazy amount of confirmation, if that makes sense, but... It's like, damn, my entry is a discount. I mean, yeah, it was. I wish there was a 30-second. Remember I was drawing out, I was saying if we open up some 30-second gap and invert it here, I was going to take that. Just because I feel like honestly, I'm still a little bearish, but I really want to see us tap into this 15-minute gap up here. You said you think it's because of the 4-minute? I mean, honestly, I think that's the main reason that setup failed. Like, I always focus on taking whatever the highest time frame gap in the current leg is. And, like, technically, like, yeah, we did invert the 3-minute, but there's still that tiny 4-minute that was holding. So we finally tapped into this 15-minute gap. At this moment in time, I'm leaning more bearish. I want to see London lows get taken. So there's a tiny 30-second. Oh my god, I gotta get off the 30-second. So I want to see if we close through this gap. I might try this. But we did not close through it just yet. I want to double check. Is there a 1-minute gap? Is there a 2-minute gap? Is there a 3? Oh, I'm probably not even getting entry on this. Well, I might get an entry. Let's not speak too soon. Let's say my stop loss is gonna be 30 points. How many contracts? That can be like 6 contracts. Oh, I'm probably gonna enter this short in a second. As long as I get a good close though. I need a good close. I'm not getting a good close here. Yeah, I'm not taking that because the close is too ass. Honestly, I would have liked to go break even probably somewhere around there. And honestly, I'm not waiting for a pullback to go short. I'm just accepting I didn't get an entry here. You said, thanks, bro, for your feedback. Yeah, of course. You said, yeah, I saw. I'm going to try to get both streams running at the same time. I don't want to miss out on Timothy's beautiful voice. Appreciate you. Honestly, like, if this candle closed like somewhere over here, I still would have taken this short. You said, how do you see so many points? I mean, honestly, it might be a setting somewhere. But like, you can always, worst case scenario, like just click on the thing and the position tool. If you double click on the position tool, you can see your profit level and stop level in terms of like ticks or price. These things are probably going to play out. It's not something I do, but I feel like setting a limit order isn't the worst idea here, but honestly, it'd be cool if maybe we could come up and re-sweep this high maybe and give me like a 1-minute inversion down. Because I feel like 30 seconds can be kind of like weird, if that makes sense. But so the main thing I'm looking for, I really want us to come up and sweep out this high right now and get a reaction off of it. That's like exactly what I want to see. Maybe like a 1-minute inverse coming down would be nice. So I guess ES just took out this data high right now. So there is an S&T at this high over here as well, but You said you might get it? I'm hoping so, honestly. I'm hoping that we can open like a 1 minute inverse like here. I mean, even if not, we might open up a 30-second again. The only thing is the 30-second isn't that good, like clean wise. Like I feel like there's gonna be two 30-second gaps up here. There's another 30-second gap down here. So I feel like the structure here is not that clean. The 1 minute, on the other hand, though, has a lot more clean structure. Ooh, so we took out this high. So we swept the high inside that gap. We're currently moving in bullish order flow. I'm sorry, bearish. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, we could flip and start moving bullish at any point. But trying to think, what's a good target if I do take a short? Do I really want to target all the way at London lows? It's like a 1 to 2 RR. It's something I might consider. Although I gotta get ready to. So if we close through this 1 minute gap, I'm probably gonna try a short. 35 is 5 contracts. So I'll see. I mean, I gotta pay attention, like, if we open up a 2 minute gap, though, I gotta pay attention, like, the 2 minute. I don't know why. I have a feeling. I feel like we're just gonna start moving bullish. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. I just have a feeling we're gonna start reacting off, like, I know we're tapping into like this 1 hour gap down here. It's also kind of like this like mitigation zone down here. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see what price like respects and disrespects. Because I feel like if we are gonna come down and invert this gap, this is an easy short. But yeah, the 2 minutes is the highest time frame now here. Ooh, this is an interesting reaction. Okay. Now we're still moving bearish. What am I talking about? So honestly, I want this 2 minute candle to stay right where it is and give me a close around there. Because if we're just going to keep moving like this, we're not going to give me an entry again. So I'm waiting like a minute and whatever for this candle to close. I'm going to go break even when either NQ or ES takes the most recent internal low. So I'm marking out my break even point. I'm hoping that I can get a good close because NQ is dumping right now. Because I mean, the thing is, if NQ is going to take out this low over here, I can't take the trade. Because like, I can't have it hit my break even point before I enter. So I want this thing to pull back. We have like, what, 35 seconds till the close? So if Nasdaq stays right where it is for the next like 25 seconds, I'll probably try this short, honestly. It's not going to be the best close, but I'll still take it. Yeah, especially if it closes like right where it is right here. I would take it. So what, we have 7 seconds. 4 seconds. I'm trading MNQ, right? 3, 2. Okay, I'm in there. I'll show my executions real quick. So I just gotta set my take profit too. My take profit, I'll do it at London low. $4.99. Damn, I about to get cooked today. He said, has the market been bad recently, or is it usually like this? I'm new to trading. In my opinion, I think the market's been pretty bad lately. I mean, I feel like different strategies work better during different periods, if that makes sense. So it's also partially like my strategy's not working well right now. But, I mean, there's always like seasonal tendencies. If that makes sense. He said, looking at the 1 minute, does it look like a reversal about to pull up? I mean, it might pull up. I hope it doesn't. I mean, I was looking more at the higher time frame, like the 15 minute. Like we tapped into a bearish 15-minute gap. I feel like we're heading toward London lows. We swept at the high inside that gap. I mean, this trade might make me lose though, but you said I've been losing a lot recently, but my backtesting I've been doing well. Same here, bro, honestly. I've been losing a lot recently, but I feel like overall I'm a good trader. It just, in my opinion, I feel like market conditions have been so ass. You said, is it okay if I say that IFVG strat's hard to apply for today's session? I mean, today IFVGs haven't been working that well, but I always like, you got to view your results of your strategy over like a long period of time, right? Like just because it doesn't work one day, do you think it's a bad strategy? No, it's like if it doesn't work over the course of like a month, or if it doesn't work over the course of multiple weeks, maybe then, but like, I'm about to get cooked here, aren't I? Well, we're putting in an SMT with the high, so ES already took out this high. So maybe this SMT will save me. I gotta hope. Bear said put the magnet emoji and you good. I always laugh when I see people doing that. They'd be like blowing on the screen. They'd be hitting with the hammer. You said the chop is nasty. It really is. And like it went all the way down. Now it's just gonna wick back up. Like amazing. And if this trade stops me out, I'll probably just recap the trades I took, but I'm just getting off for the day. Try again next. Well, I mean, I'll be trading tomorrow, but I was gonna say try again next week. I'm already mentally over this week. This thing's so gonna stop me out. Ugh. What's up, Nick? How are you, bro? You said finally wake before 11? What time you be going to bed at night? You said doesn't want to hit that high? I mean, for now. I mean, at any moment it could spike up. It could spike up right now and hit that high. But you said too late. I usually use it trade afternoon PM. That's what's up. Said dang chop looks like a chef. Yeah, it's been chopping so bad right now. It's probably gonna stop me out now though. Yeah, I'm stopped out there. So I'm done for the day. I took 2 losses. There's no point in me trading anymore. So I'll break down everything that happened today, but so starting on the daily, so we filled in all of this like new week opening gap. So like honestly, I was looking to be bearish up until like bullish until we filled all that new week opening gap. But we did that like at the start of the session, right? So honestly, the first trade that I took was, I want to remind myself my executions. Yeah, I took that 1 minute long. So the first trade that I took was this 1 minute long. So at this current moment in time, we had tapped into, there's like a 15-minute gap down here we tapped into. So we swept out like these lows down here. We're tapping into a gap. We reacted off of it really strongly. So, I mean, I also really like the close of this 1 minute candle, right? Like this candle, we created the gap, immediately inverted it with a strong close. So, so that was a good trade. The close wasn't it? Yeah, I feel like I gotta pay attention to closes more. But, so we closed to that 1 minute. I got stopped at break even because after I took that trade, ES ended up putting an S&T at the high. Like you can see, like if I mark out that high, you can see ES broke above it. So I wanted to go break even at that point. Got stopped to break even there. I actually tried a re-entry. So like we swept the low inside that 15-minute gap. And then on the 30-second, we created this bearish gap over here. And then we pretty quickly inverted it. Like, again, the close wasn't the best, but I like how we created it and then almost immediately inverted it. We did actually end up opening a 2-minute gap, which, like, it was weird. It didn't open up on MNQ, but open up on NQ. I was essentially betting that once we inverted that gap really quickly, we just wouldn't open up this 2-minute gap, if that makes sense. But we eventually did. We never actually even tapped into the 2-minute gap, and we just kind of dumped. So I took that loss. That was the last loss I took on my Top Step accounts, because I only had $300 left of drawdown on my 5 accounts. So, like, there were a couple weeks ago, I had $2,000 of drawdown on 5 accounts. But essentially, I'm just going to full port CPI on those accounts, which I know isn't the smartest idea, but that's what I'm doing on those. But so I lost in that 30-second. From there, I tried one more trade. So I moved over to my Alpha Futures accounts. And then I tried, there was this 2-minute inversion. So essentially, we tapped into this 15-minute gap right here. And we actually swept the high inside of it, right? So you can see, like, once we created this 15-minute gap, we tapped into it at 10:15. He said IFVG's got patched. So yeah, so this is the first point that we tapped into this 15-minute gap over here. We came back up, we re-swept the high, and then there was a 2-minute inverse. So the thing is, like, even though the close wasn't the best, like, I still was comfortable taking this because I feel like we're currently trending toward, like, London lows, which are, like, down here. We're delivering from a 15-minute gap. I feel like we're moving in some clear bearish order flow. So, like, at least me personally, I was saying, okay, the close might not be the best, but, like, it's honestly whatever. Like, I was willing to take that. Like, at least it closed a couple points through the gap. But I don't know. I got to start reviewing closes more closely. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much all the trades I took. He said IFVG's got patched. Guess we're going to start trading support and resistance. Yeah, but honestly, I think price action isn't ideal today. Like, I mean, I know I'd be complaining of price action every day. But, like, I'll just come back a different day when hopefully there's better price action. But, yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened. Does anyone have any questions on anything that happened? Anything trading related? Because if not, I'm probably going to wrap up here. I got no reason to keep staring at these charts. And also, I mean, I will be live the rest of the week, which is just, what, Friday? I'll be live again tomorrow, Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You said, bro, we all complain about price action all day. Lately, though, it's actually been ass. You said, dang, I'll have to try and get here earlier tomorrow. You're good, Nick. Appreciate you stopping by regardless. I mean, I already took 2 L's, though, so, like, I'm not trying to keep trading. I'm getting cooked lately. But also, if you guys aren't already in that free Discord, I do have my, my Discord link to my... You said don't stare at... I mean, yeah, the real moves sometimes don't happen at 11. I mean, I took my 2 losses, so I gotta follow my rules and get off, but... Yeah, join my free Discord if you aren't in there already. And also, if you guys are looking for a prop firm to trade with, my favorite prop firm is Alpha Futures. I do have my discount code, which is code TIMB272. It will get you 10% off all valuations. You said, I think your plan of overall bearish will work out. Eventually it would. You said no way to capitalize off those large reversals. Of course, there's many ways to capitalize off large reversals. You said, do you trade gold, silver? I mean, nah, I only trade Nasdaq futures. I don't really trade gold and silver. Like, I know people, like, I always call it, like, shiny object syndrome. I feel like people often, like, they move at, like, what's new. And, like, I'm locked in with Nasdaq. You said, take care, G. Yeah, you as well, advised. But, yeah, I do appreciate every single one of you guys stopping by, asking some questions, hanging out with me. You said, we'll get better tomorrow. Yeah, I hope it does. Yeah, exactly. You said one asset makes it easier to focus. Yeah, I feel like exactly. But, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap up here. So I do appreciate all you guys stopping by. I hope all you guys have an amazing rest of your day. And if you're still trading, good luck with the rest of your trading. But peace out, guys. You said tomorrow will be fire? I hope so. Peace out, I'm Kotu.